Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space will be starting in 60 seconds.
The views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Getting your work week started right by stretching out your vagina holes with the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com.
Hey, there's a lizard on your head.
Hey, there's a donkey in your bed.
Hey, all your teeth are turning red. I played a joke on you. Hey, you drank water instead of pop.
Hey, that's not candy, that's a rock.
Hey, there's an ice cube in your sock. I played a joke on you. April Fool's Day, April Fool's Day. It's a great, great day for playing a joke.
All right, good morning, everybody. It is Monday morning, and it's time now for the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. I am your host, Alien Stone, all up in your face from outer space, broadcasting from the dark side of the moon. Maybe it's too much for you in the morning. Maybe I'm too much for you. I don't know. Well, anyway, hope you're tuned in. Hope you're listening. Hope you're getting ready to get your work week started right. You can always call into the show live, 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. You can even make requests. Yeah, maybe I can play requests. Maybe I'll feel like playing requests today. Maybe. Anyway, coming up on the show today, it is the April Fool's Day show. What does that mean? That just means that I'm going to say that it's April Fool's every once in a while. That's all. I mean, really, how else do you celebrate April Fool's Day? Hey, I got an idea. Everybody out there that's listening. Since it's April Fool's Day, and I just gave you the phone number, 313-444-8919. Again, that's 313-444-8919. The number's up on the screen. Give me a call with a prank telephone call. And remember, this is not terrestrial radio. We're on internet radio, so the FCC doesn't matter. So you can say naughty things. Prank telephone call me. But remember, you got to do it at a time when I'm talking. Don't do it when music is playing, because then I can't answer the phone when music's playing. Okay, so when I'm talking, give me a call at 313-444-8919. Ask me if my refrigerator's running. Or something better. Hopefully. Or something better. But anyway, coming up on the show today, wrongfully convicted of murder 43 years ago, just now being released from prison. How would you feel? I mean, that's a lifetime. I mean, come on. 43 years lost? We'll talk about that. I can't work today. Why? Because I got robbed. 911. How can I help you? Yeah, I paid for sex, but I think I got scammed. Talk about that. A man flies away with an umbrella. Is it like a Mary Poppins kind of thing? A Mr. Poppins? I don't know. And who the hell would wait 2 hours for a train? All that's coming up in the first hour. Now, of course, we've got 3 hours, so there's much, much more coming up in those hours, and I will reveal to you the plan as it unfolds. You understand what I'm saying? See how that works? That's right. Anyway, let's go ahead and get the first hour underway like we usually do with the history.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
Let's take a look at this day in history.
April 1st, 2001. Slobodan Milosevic is arrested after a standoff outside his Belgrade villa. The former Yugoslav leader is soon transported to the Netherlands to face charges before a UN War Crimes Tribunal. Milosevic dies in custody 5 years later while still on trial. 1945. American forces invade the Japanese island of Okinawa during the final months of World War II. The U.S. secures the island after nearly 12 weeks of fighting. That's among the war's fiercest in the Pacific. 1933. Nazi Germany begins persecuting Jews with a boycott of Jewish-owned businesses. Discrimination and violence against Jews increases under Nazi rule, culminating in the Holocaust. 2003.
At this point, she is safe. She's been retrieved. And some brave souls put their lives on the line to make this happen.
American troops rescue Army Private First Class Jessica Lynch from a hospital in Nasiriyah, Iraq. That's where Lynch had been held prisoner since her unit was ambushed 9 days earlier. And 1984.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, what's going on?
Soul singer Marvin Gaye is shot to death by his father in Los Angeles. He was 45 years old. Today in history, April 1st, Mike Gracia, The Associated Press.
All right, let's go ahead and put some music directly into your Vajir holes, courtesy of my man Austin Kelly. It's City of the Damned, and you're listening to the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
You
got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your Vajir holes. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Can you feel it?
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. I am your host, Alien Stone, broadcasting live on alienxradio.com, as well as facebook.com and youtube.com, all live right now. Also, don't forget to check out my other show. It's called Inside the Mothership. Me and my co-host, D-Unit, we broadcast live at 12 noon Eastern every Sunday. Right here also on Alien X Radio, which also broadcasts live on Facebook and on YouTube, as well as Raw Talk Online and UG Media in the UK. Then all of our shows go into syndication at that point, where we're heard on up to 22 other radio stations. That's right, 22 other radio stations worldwide. So that being said, we are in the Vajir holes of many, many people out there. So if you're interested in a little advertising, by all means, head on over to alienxradio.com and check us out. You can also send an email with all your inquiries over to advertising@alienxradio.com. Again, that's advertising@alienxradio.com. All that being said and all the blah, blah, blah and all that good stuff, there's more blah, blah, blah actually on the way. I got to give you a little bit of this. This portion of the show is brought to you by Ashley's of Westland. The best for food, friends, and entertainment is Ashley's of Westland, located at 7525 Wayne Road in Westland. Stop on in on Mondays for $5 burgers, Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia, Wednesdays for $5 pizza, and check out our own DJ Wild Bill for Sporkle Live on Saturday nights. Order online for delivery with Grubhub and Uber Eats at ashleys.com, unless, of course, you're in the UK. They don't deliver that far, I'm sure. I'm sorry about that, Mr. Martin. Ashley's of Westland, it's Michigan's premier multi-tap. And thank you very much, Ashley's, for being such a proud sponsor of the show and of the station. So, what am I supposed to be talking about right now? Oh, I see right here. Anyway, as I said, imagine this. Okay, imagine you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Okay? No fault of your own. You're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And you get busted. Okay? Somebody's murdered. Okay? Somebody's been murdered. You happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. You get arrested for it. Obviously, circumstantial evidence convicts you because you didn't have anything to do with it. If you're being convicted on evidence, then obviously it's got to be circumstantial. It can't be true evidence because you didn't do it. Can you prove that you were there? Yeah, I was there, but I didn't do this. But nobody believes you, so you go to jail. Now imagine you are in jail for 43 years. You were arrested, tried, convicted, and thrown into jail in 1976. You fought and fought and fought and fought against your life sentence that you got for murder. And finally, these two guys, okay, these two gentlemen, and I cannot believe, I can't imagine how they feel after losing 43 years of their lives in prison for a crime that they did not commit. They were in the wrong place at the wrong time. Obviously, they were bulldozed during their court hearings. When they were in court, obviously they were trampled over by the prosecution. I don't know. Maybe they were given poor defense. I'm sure that had something to do with it. But these two guys are now finally free after 43 years of being in prison for a crime that they did not commit. They had nothing to do with it. They had absolutely nothing to do with it. They had no knowledge of it whatsoever. So can you imagine what that would be like? that you okay, first off, they were to be thrown into prison for life, they had been of the adult age. So they're already 18 years old. Okay, think about that. Okay, now put 43 years on top of that. Okay, there they are coming out. Now you're finally starting your life. And you're already an old man. That's horrible. Now, what's going to be done for these guys? Anything? Who knows, right? Who knows? Maybe we have to do a follow-up on the story to see, if something, they get some kind of money, some kind of restitution. Something's got to be given to them, right? I mean, 43 years, you can't give them back 43 years of their lives, that's for sure. That's gone. That's gone and lost forever. I've said before, if you lose some money, you can have the opportunity to make some more. Right? If your television breaks, you can get some money. There's things you can do to go get another TV. You can replace that TV. There's so many things that can be replaced, but the one thing that you cannot replace is time. When a minute goes by, it's gone and lost forever. It's gone. It's history. That's why I always got mad when my bosses would be like, well, I need you to stay over this day. I need you to stay over this day. I need you to stay over this day. And I'm like, well, okay, but, I got stuff to do. Like, well, you're getting paid for your time. And I understand that. I'm getting paid for this amount of time. Now, this amount of time here is supposed to be my time. Now you're telling me I have to sell you that time. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes your time is worth more than the money. Sometimes you don't want to sell your time. Well, these guys, their time was taken from them. Imagine that. That's messed up. That is messed up. If you're watching this on Facebook and on YouTube, we got a picture of the two guys in court there when they're finally being released. This might even be an old story. I don't know. But, when I come across stuff, I talk about it. It doesn't necessarily have to be about this particular story. I mean, think about the message in this story. It's like, really, somebody can be just bulldozed with circumstantial evidence. Had to be circumstantial because they didn't do it. So it couldn't have been real. It couldn't have been that accurate, right? Of course, this was, when did I say this? 1976, too, so, who knows what kind of evidence tampering or what kind of, let's not say tampering, let's say contamination, accidental contamination maybe even. Who knows? Either way, anyway, that was my serious story for the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. We've got, still coming up this hour, we got, a guy calls it, I can't work today. Why can't you work today? Because I got robbed. We'll talk about that. As well as a guy that called 911 because he paid for sex, but he didn't get any. So he was calling 911. And a guy, he flies away like Mr. Poppins. And who would wait 2 hours for a train? Who would wait 2 hours for a train? We'll talk about that when we come back. But first, more music for the Vajir Holes, Black Heron, and Feel the Heat on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
You don't want to cross the street by yourself. Someone might grab you and molest you. What happens if a nuke does drop? What, everything's going to be vaporized? You're eventually going to run out of spam.
Yeah! And now your weekly news update from NPR.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
I've always listened to it.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Jim Howard. President Donald Trump is threatening to close the U.S. border with Mexico to keep thousands of migrants from entering the U.S. Acting White House Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney says the president could close the border as soon as this week.
It shouldn't surprise anybody that we're turning to what some folks might think extreme measures, because the way it's supposed to work is not working. We're supposed to fix this by changing the laws. Democrats won't do that, so we're looking at cutting off aid and closing the borders.
His comments came on ABC's This Week. Mexican immigration officials say they plan to bus migrants back to Guatemala, El Salvador, and Honduras. The State Department says it is cutting aid to those same countries where many of the migrants originate. Pope Francis is criticizing President Trump for his latest threat to close the border and his continued efforts to get a wall built. NPR's Sylvia Pajoli says the Pope's comments came on a return flight from a visit to Morocco.
Pope Francis warned that those who seal borders will become prisoners of the walls they build. It was a reference to President Trump's threat to close off the U.S. border with Mexico and to cut off aid to 3 Latin American countries for failing to stop migrant crossings toward the United States. In Morocco, the Pope had focused on support of migrants and closer Catholic-Muslim ties. Asked about the Spanish government's policy of keeping out migrants trying to reach Europe from Morocco, Francis said he simply cannot understand in his head or his heart how a government could be so cruel as to put up fences to keep out migrants or prevent migrant rescue boats from docking in ports. This is not the way, he said, to resolve serious immigration problems. Sylvia Poggioli, NPR News, Rome.
Los Angeles police are looking for a gunman after Grammy-nominated rapper Nipsey Hussle was shot and killed outside his clothing store Sunday. Police say 3 men were shot in the incident. 2 other men are listed in stable condition. Edgar Cabrera says the community loved Hussle.
He was not your average rapper. He was more than that. He was more.
Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti tweeted Sunday that our hearts are with the loved ones of Nipsey Hussle. No arrests have been made in the shooting. Hussle was 33 years old. The government of New Zealand is set to ban the types of weapons used in an attack last month that killed 50 people at 2 mosques in Christchurch. The proposed legislation would ban military-style semi-automatic guns and high-capacity magazines. It would ban semi-automatic shotguns that can be fitted with detachable magazines and pump-action shotguns that can hold more than 5 rounds. The measure has bipartisan support and could be on the books by April 12th. A powerful storm in Nepal has killed 28 people and injured hundreds more. Rescuers are struggling to reach villages in the southern part of the country. High winds on Sunday flipped cars off roadways and blew a bus carrying at least 40 people off a highway, reportedly killing some on board the bus. You're listening to NPR News from Washington.
Ashley's of Westland, the best for food, friends, and entertainment. Stop in on Mondays for $5 burgers, Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia, Wednesdays for $5 pizza, and don't forget to stop by on Saturday nights to visit our own DJ Wild Bill and Sporkle Live. Order delivery online with Grubhub and Uber Eats at Ashley's.com. Ashley's of Westland is located at 7525 Wayne Road in Westland, Michigan. Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap.
Captain, I'm picking up a strange anomaly.
Mr. Tukok, what is it? It appears to be a primitive form of communication that is traveling through space, Captain.
Captain, I traced the source of the transmission.
On screen. Damn it, Jim. That's Earth.
Captain, a signal's coming in.
On speaker.
The John LeVang Show is on every Saturday and Sunday at 8 p.m. right here on Alien X Radio.
Fascinating. I told you not to mess with the space-time continuum.
You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Here we go! Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your vagir holes. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
The house is now on fire.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Once again, you are tuned to the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. I am your host, Alien Stone. We're having a good time this morning. Taking your requests. Got a request for some creeping chaos on the way. And I do have a request. I mean, this is actually a request that's coming from across the pond. And I'm already, like this morning, I got to go on a hunt. Because I have another request for something that I do not have. And I'm not gonna tell my listeners what I don't have. I'm just going to simply go on a hunt and see if I can get it. See if I can make that happen during the show. It's a 3-hour show. I should be able to do that, right? I'm a resourceful kind of guy. Anyway, still coming up on the show. I can't come into work today because I'm getting robbed. Likely story. And a guy didn't get some sex that he paid for, so he called 911. A guy thinks he is Mr. Poppins. And how long would you wait for a train? These are valid questions, I think. Anyway, we need some music for the Vajir holes. As I said, we have a request for some music from the Creeping Chaos. Which I thought I was already there, and I'm not. Let's see, where's the Creeping Chaos at? There they are! All right, so we'll pick out a song for that. But first, this guy. All right, I understand. A lot of people don't want to come into work. You know what I mean? A lot of people, they don't want to work. I understand. So you call and you say, I'm sick. You call in and say a family member's sick, or my car's broken down, or I'm snowed in. Hopefully it's not July when you say that. But you use a lot of different excuses, but you probably shouldn't use the excuse that you are currently being robbed by a guy with a gun. You probably shouldn't say that. You can't call your boss and say, hey, I can't come in today because there's a guy robbing me right now with a gun. However he said it, however he worded it, I don't know. That was the gist of what he said. I can't come in today because I'm getting robbed with a gun. Well, of course, that is going to get reported to the police, the authorities, and of course, then it leads to a false police report. So, this guy worked at Hardee's. Yeah, he worked at Hardee's, and he didn't want to work that day, so he made up this story because he figured that he would get some sympathy from his manager and he'd be allowed to take the day off, for mental recuperation, I suppose. But instead, he gets a charge for filing a false police report. Even though he did not file it, his boss did. It was still from a false report. That's why it happened. Needless to say, when you go to that Hardee's, somebody else is going to be working the fryer. I'm just saying. And when he goes to court, he's going to have to beg for mercy. By the Creeping Chaos and also by request on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
Look at the turning wheel and the changing of the color and the speed. Your mind.
said it for years. He's mentally unstable.
Resistance is futile, but you can struggle if you like.
It's the attack of the Monday Morning Mancast from outer space.
You got something to say? Say it, bucko. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the show. That's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. I am your host, Alien Stone, broadcasting live and in your face from outer space, from somewhere on the other side of the moon. It's the mothership, everybody. You've been beamed aboard. Resistance is futile. Probing is not allowed. The gravitational plates are gravitating, the inertia canceller is canceling, and the deflector ray is pretending like nothing bad ever happens when I'm on the air. Like, the buttons always work, right? The deflector array is paying no attention to the man behind the curtain. That's what we're going to do. That's going to be the new philosophy going forward. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Can't see it from my house. Right? But you know what? Now that we're on live on YouTube and live on Facebook, you can. And now you can see it. So, yeah. It's a little harder to hide mistakes now. And my wardrobe. My hair. And whether or not I shave. Who cares, right? Who cares? Anyway, we're almost out of time for hour number one. We got about 15 minutes left. 14 minutes or so. So, let's go ahead and get to this. We got a couple stories to go here. But before I can get into the story, I got to explain to you why you're able to hear me tell you this story. Because this portion of the show is brought to you by Ashley's of Westland. For the best in food, friends, and entertainment, it's Ashley's of Westland, located at 7525 Wayne Road in Westland. Stop on in on Mondays for $5 burgers, Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia, Wednesdays for $5 pizza, and Saturdays Spork Alive with our own DJ, Wild Bill. Order online for delivery with Grubhub and Uber Eats at ashleys.com. That's Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap. So, what I have scheduled to talk to you about right here is this guy. This guy, all right? There's always a guy. Well, this guy, he felt like he got scammed. And when you feel like you got scammed, you always call the police, right? No, you don't always call the police because sometimes you were doing wrong in the first place. You know what I mean? Yeah, well, this guy was doing wrong. That's like, have you ever heard the story about the guy that, like, calls the cops because he bought some meth from some guy, and when he got it, it wasn't really meth? The cop's like, really? Okay, so you bought meth, and you called me. What do you want me to do, go to the meth dealer and tell him to give you the meth? Yeah, well, yeah. First off, sir, you're an idiot. But that's kind of what happened here. But this guy had solicited prostitution. He wanted to get funky with a lady of the evening, a working girl, a prostitute. Yeah. But she took his money, and that was the end of it. Nothing else happened. Didn't get anything else going on. You know, there was no rub and tug. There was no touchy-feely. There was none of that. None of that occurred. Why? Because you got scammed. She wasn't really a prostitute. She's just a scam artist. And you're stupid. So you probably, like, gave her all the money, and then you put your pants around your ankles, and then she ran away. Is that what happened? Is that what happened, sir? There's a lot of idiots that have told this story in the past. It's well documented. I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. Ding dong. But yeah. So he called the cops. Well, I guess they can't get him for solicitation because they weren't there when that occurred. It's all hearsay, even though he's the one here and he's the one saying it. But they did get him, of course, for wasting their time, you know, making a report. For it can't be a crime what they did if what they did was it's hard. It's really weird because what they did was illegal. It can't be illegal what they did. Wow, my head like actually feels scratchy now inside. Wow. Anyway, let's move on. This guy. Remember I said there's always this guy. There's a bunch of people anyway. They're outside of a restaurant. They're having their lunch, and it is a windy day. It is extraordinarily windy. And they've got these big, giant umbrellas set up outside for people to eat underneath. And, of course, they got little platforms on the bottom of them to keep them upright. You know, pretty heavy platforms on the bottom of them. And they're starting to bounce and wiggle around and stuff. So a lot of people are trying to keep them from flying away so they come walking over, and they're grabbing the pole. They're holding it down. Well, one guy decides that he's going to put some weight on that platform on the bottom. And it didn't work out too well for him. As a huge, huge gust of wind comes up, grabs this umbrella. Now, this is not a normal like umbrella that you would have at a picnic over top of your picnic table. This is much, much larger. You can put several picnic tables underneath it. And it just lifts right up off the ground. This guy's standing on the platform that is connected to the bottom. If you're watching on Facebook, you see, or on YouTube, got a picture of it right there. This guy just gets lifted right off the ground. The other guys, they all let go. You know what I'm saying? But this gentleman, he gets all into it, man. He's like, no, I'm riding this thing out. Now, just like watching Ridiculous on MTV, we have no idea what happened to this guy. We have no idea if he lived or if he went to the magical land of Oz. We don't know. We know he's with the man behind the curtain. We're paying no attention to that. So the man flies away. He thinks he's Mr. Poppins, right? Got a big umbrella, flying around. Amazing. Hey, people, it's not worth it, right? I mean, you're just having lunch. You're having lunch. You have no vested interest in that umbrella. If it's going to fly away, let it fly away. Okay, let it fly away. Don't try to do a good deed and then end up somewhere over the rainbow. Just saying. And finally, people, I understand what it's like to live near train tracks. We have, in our neighborhood, there are 2 ways into/out of our neighborhood. Only 2 ways into and out of our neighborhood. One of them goes out onto a main road right before a freeway. And the other one goes down to a semi-main road, but before has to cross over a train track. So sometimes I might make my way through the neighborhood heading for that way out just to find when I get there that there's a train coming or a train has already been coming, or rarely, in my instance, is the train has stopped. But it does happen from time to time that a train does stop for whatever reason. They might stop because there's a problem with the track. That's a bad reason to stop, but that could be a possibility. They could be disconnecting cars at a certain junction that might be up the track or back down the track someplace that you can't see, and they're going to stop for a second while they disconnect, and then they're going to move the train, and they'll probably back it back up again, hook up to something else. You don't know because you can't see it because these trains are like forever long now. But generally, if a train stops, okay, I'm like, okay, I'm done. Because I know how long it takes for a train to get going again. Okay, it's not like, we're driving along and we stop at a stoplight and that light turns green and we take off. You know what I'm saying? We're right back up to the speed limit in just a couple minutes. Or a couple seconds, rather, really. No, it's not like that. Trains take a long time to get going. So you come up to a train crossing. It's stopped, okay? The arms are down. The lights are flashing. The bells are going ding, 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 ding. Now, did that irritate you? Me making that noise just for that few seconds? Okay. Now, imagine you're sitting there. You just see the lights flashing. Imagine it's at night. That would be really annoying. Just flashing in your face. You can have an epileptic seizure. And that bell's going off. It's driving you crazy, right? Now, like I said, it's one thing if the train's moving slowly or if it's going, because you know that eventually the end of that train's going to come along. The arm's going to go up. The bell's going to shut off. The light's going to go off. And you're going to go about your business. But this guy saw the train stop. It was at a dead stop. And he stopped. So, well, it'll get going in a minute. A couple minutes go by. It'll get going in a couple more minutes. A couple more minutes go by. And the train's still sitting there. Ding, 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 ding. Now, that's got to be driving you crazy now. You've been sitting there for like 10 minutes. That's a long time. There's been no movement whatsoever. Well, 10 minutes become 15 minutes. 15 minutes become 25 minutes. 45 minutes go by. Really? Really? 45 minutes? You're telling me that there's no way you could have went around this train. Well, I've already invested 45 minutes of my time. If I turn around now and start to go, then the train will go, and then I'll feel stupid for having waited 45 minutes. Well, how stupid do you feel now, sir, that you waited 2 hours? That's right, this guy waited 2 hours for the train to move. There were other ways to go. Don't be this guy. Taking a short break. We'll be back with hour number 2 of the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. I am your host, Alien Stone. Go nowhere.
Ashley's of Westland, the
best for food, friends, and entertainment. Stop in on Mondays for $5 burgers, Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia, Wednesdays for $5 pizza, and don't forget to stop by on Saturday nights to visit our own DJ Wild Bill and Sporkle Live. Order delivery online with Grubhub and Uber Eats at Ashley's.com. Ashley's of Westland is located at 7525 Wayne Road in Westland, Michigan. Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap.
Oh my God. What have I done? What have I done?
Look at the turning wheel.
The Alignment, the latest CD from The Creeping Chaos, featuring Dead in the Water.
Dead in the water.
Beg for mercy and Under the Blade.
We live our lives under a blade.
Available now at iTunes, CD Baby, and Rock of Ages in Garden City.
Have fun, good one for the guy.
Are you looking to bring the karaoke experience to your next event? Have you looked at the home karaoke systems and found them to be just toys? Well, Alien Stone Entertainment Karaoke has professional equipment, professional sound, and delivers a professional karaoke experience. Don't settle for hundreds of songs when you can have tens of thousands. From oldies, Motown, and R&B to rock, metal, alternative, rap, and country, Alien Stone Entertainment Karaoke has it all. Alien Stone Entertainment Karaoke is available for private parties as well as bars, clubs, and other special events. For booking, call 734-658-2746. That's 734-658-2746. Or visit us online at www.alienstoneentertainment.com. Alien Stone Entertainment. Out of this world karaoke, down to earth prices.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer?
Igor? That's right, Igor here with the final ingredient for love. Igor's lube? Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing. Thanks, Igor. And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
Are you looking for a way to get your message out there? Have you been looking for just the right way to advertise your business, website, or upcoming event? Have you thought about advertising on the radio but thought it would be too expensive? Well, you should try advertising on Alien X Radio. We have advertising packages for every budget starting as low as $30 per month. That's right, radio advertising for as little as $1 a day. You don't have a commercial? No problem. Our copywriting and production department can create a radio spot complete with voiceovers, sound effects, and music that's just right for your needs. And unlike other stations, the production is included. So what are you waiting for? Just visit www.alienxradio.com and click on the advertisers link to get a look at our packages and rates. Then contact us at advertising@alienxradio.com. That's advertising@alienxradio.com.
The views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos, directly into your vagir holes, it's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com.
Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
Shogun of Harlem.
All right, everybody, welcome to hour number 2 of the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. I'm your host, Alien Stone. Coming up this hour, we've got, of course, the weekly sports update with The Prospect. We're going to talk about one of the most wanted criminals in Texas has been apprehended. I'll tell you what he was wanted for. I'll also talk to you about a observatory in Germany and why. How do I explain this? The guy who owns it is a little obsessed with Star Wars. I mean, he owns an observatory, right? So, but there's something cool about that observatory, and I'll let you know. And a brand new invention for putting out fires, and it's very decorative and pretty. And is gluten the enemy anymore? Don't know. Cardi B pulls a Cosby, but not for sex? You got some crazy stories, man. And the DEA. They're looking to hire some people, some contractors. They need them to help with disposal of something. And, of course, we'll talk about that as well. In fact, we're going to talk about that right now. Let me get some music for the Vajeros ready so that I'm not doing what I'm doing right now later. Does that matter, right? If I'm looking for a song now or if I'm looking for one later. Oh, this is a band I haven't heard in a while, so we'll get that one right. Cool. I'll tell you about that. Anyway, the DEA. They're looking to hire some contractors out there because they need you to help them dispose of marijuana. Where's the application at? Do I apply online? Do you need a resume? I don't know if my resume is going to help me. You know what I mean? I don't think I've had a job before where I was supposed to dispose of marijuana. I've had jobs where I wasn't supposed to even think about marijuana. But what kind of a job is this? Well, apparently when they seize the marijuana, they need somebody that's able to burn and destroy. That's right, I said burn the marijuana. I mean, really? That reminds me. I should play that. I'm going to play this clip here in a second. Some old school television. If I can get this thing set up right. Anyway, yeah, they want you to burn. I can't remember how many thousands of pounds it is. I don't know. Maybe it's hundreds of pounds. I don't know. I'm not very put together here today. I made all this video stuff ready and everything, but my paperwork here. I can't find the stupid. Oh, there it is. 1,000 pounds of marijuana per hour. Per hour. 1,000 pounds of marijuana per hour. Come on. Are you trying to tell me that you are seizing enough marijuana in your war against drugs that you can have a company, multiple companies, I'm sure. You're going to hire one company, right? So you're like putting a call out for that. Like you didn't have somebody in mind. Like you're not going to create a bureau or, you're not going to create a job for that. Come on. 1,000 pounds an hour? I highly doubt it. I seriously doubt it. Anyway, that reminds me of this clip anyway. Check this out.
Hey, my man, what are you doing? Hey, Rollo, what's happening, man? Look here, I want to ask you a question. Does that look like wild parsley to you? You mean that marijuana? Hey, look here, baby, it's just about ready to be harvested, too. Yeah, well, just stay away from it, Rollo. Hey, man, don't worry, it's enough for everybody. Rollo, just stay away from it now. Now get in the house. Oh, man, so Why did your man plant that anyway? He didn't, Rollo. It just sprung up all by itself. Oh, it just sprung up, did it? Well, what a fine spring we're having. No, well, we gotta think of some way to get rid of that stuff. Hey, don't worry, baby. I'll do it. Wait a minute. I know. I'll burn it. That's exactly what I had in mind. We can't burn it, man. If we burn it, then somebody will smell it. I know. We'll turn it into the police. Oh, you can't turn it into the police, fool. What's wrong with you? Come on, we gotta figure this out intelligently. Come on, sit down here. I got an idea. I know it'll work. Understand? Forget. Now, we know we can't burn it. No, we can't burn it, man. Yeah. And we can't wrap it up in a bundle with paper because it would stick out like a sore thumb. Yeah, it would stick out like a sore thumb. Yeah, somebody would find it. Somebody would find it. So here's what I'll do. Yeah? Instead of wrapping it up in a huge piece of paper, yeah, throwing it out, then I'll just get some little pieces of paper about this size. And then I'll take the marijuana little by little and wrap it up in those little pieces of paper, and I'll get rid of it all one by one.
Yeah. That's a band with a plan. Here's a band with a plan. It's Mitch, Ricky, and Mary Jane on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
Washington and Jefferson were just like
at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
All right, everybody, once again, welcome. You are listening to the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. I am your host, Alien Stone. Our phone number is 313-444-8919. Again, that's 313-444-8919. And this portion of the show is being brought to you by Ashley's of Westland. For the best in food, friends, and entertainment, it's Ashley's of Westland, located at 7525 Wayne Road in Westland. Stop on in on Mondays for $5 burgers, Tuesdays for $3 pints, and trivia. Wednesdays, $5 pizza, and more trivia, but this time Sporkle Live with DJ Wild Bill on Saturday nights. Order online for delivery with Grubhub and Uber Eats at Ashley's.com. That's Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multitask. Multitask. That's what happens when I try to multitask, right? Thinking about the next thing. Anyway, going to talk to you a little bit here about Cardi B, but before that, I just want to bring this up. This was on the Punchlines on Inside the Mothership on this past Sunday. The Punchlines is we do Punchlines number 1 and Punchlines number 2 every Sunday on Inside the Mothership, which begins at 12 noon Eastern right here on Alien X Radio, also on Raw Talk Online and on UG Media. And then later on, of course, you can hear them all around the world, and Chicago and Seattle and Ohio and New York City, and we're all over the place. Okay, you can hear that. But anyway, we do this thing called the Punchlines, and this one really, really stuck with me. So I wanted to bring it up again today. There's an artist. Okay, these people always call themselves artists, right? Just because you make something out of something that's weird doesn't make you an artist. Okay, it makes you frugal. Okay, you're reusing stuff. Or in this case, you're actually wasting perfectly good food. An artist is building a giant wall at the U.S.-Mexican border. Yeah. Making America cheesy again. But anyway, he's building this big giant wall out of cheese at the border. Okay, he's calling himself an artist. Now, of course, the cheese that he's using, it's American cheese. So the wall is built of American cheese. And they will not change from being American cheese until Mexico digs deep in their pockets and comes up with the pesos to pay for it. And until they pay for it, we're telling them that it's nacho cheese. I know. Boo. Boo, Alien Stone. That was very, very bad. Ashley's of Westland is now pulling out their funding as we speak. They're like, oh, no, we're out of here. I know, right? But we do have music for the Vajir Hole still coming up. But I just want to talk to you a second about a Cardi B again. Cardi B, she's a big rapper. She's like the next big, huge. I don't know. I'm not into rapping. I'm not into that stuff. I do listen to some. I'm not telling you that I'm against rap music. I do listen to some. Cardi B, not my flavor. Okay. So also not my flavor is Nicki Minaj, because they're essentially the same genre. They're the same kind of rapper. The crazy rapper chick. Well, she was recently on a radio show where she was being interviewed, and she was talking about her time before she was famous, where she was a stripper, which is, again, I am not trying to offend anybody. I know people who are strippers. It's not that big of a deal, okay? There's good strippers, there's bad strippers, okay? It's how you play the game, all right? Yeah, you can give into things. Well, she gave into a lot of things, okay? Apparently, she was a very naughty stripper. And she admitted on this interview, which is really stupid, very stupid of her to admit this, but she said that when she was a stripper, she used to go back to guys' apartments, drug them, and then rob them and leave. So she admitted to this on the air to drugging and robbing these guys. Well, now, of course, a guy comes forward. I was drugged and robbed by Cardi B back when she was a stripper. Like, you're just you didn't want to come forward until she said something. What now? You got like evidence or something? Okay, you know. You're only coming forward now because she's Cardi B. And you think you can get like a lot of money out of it, right? Or maybe because you feel jilted, you were actually in love with her. Maybe you were in love with her. You're still looking for love. That's the name of this tune by Black on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
You're only looking for love.
Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your vajir holes. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
All right, that's right. We are just up against a break right now. We got to take a small little itty-bitty break. Pausing the action for station identification. Still to come. We're going to talk about one of Texas's most wanted has been captured. I'll let you know who that was, what they're guilty of. We'll also talk about an observatory in Germany that is just freaking awesome, and a brand new decorative device that could save you from a fire. And is gluten still your enemy? All of that still coming up when we return. But right now, it's time for a sports update with the Prospect. So go nowhere. We will continue with more of the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
And now your weekly sports update with the Prospect.
Hello, one and all. Prospect here with the weekly sports update on Alien X Radio. The empire that is the New England Patriots is crumbling before our very eyes. After it was reported that many of their star players were lost to free agency and trades, and one of their staff members abruptly leaving, another face has left the team as Rob Gronkowski has announced his retirement from the sport last Sunday. On an Instagram post, which has usually been the norm of athletes nowadays, the 29-year-old thanked the organization that he has been with his entire 9-year career for giving him the chance to play in the sport he loved and for, quote, drafting his silliness from the University of Arizona back in 2010. Many Patriots players and staff expressed their reaction to the news with nothing but well wishes. Coach Bill Belichick said that it was a pleasure and a privilege to have him on the team, while owner Robert Kraft looks forward to honoring him in the Hall of Fame. And rightfully so, with all the accomplishments. Leads the league by a tight end since 2010. 5 seasons with 10 or more touchdowns is the most in NFL history, and his 81 receptions for 1,163 yards and 12 touchdowns in 16 playoff games are all records for tight ends, so he has definitely made a noticeable mark in the league. But what will he do with his free time? Well, one interesting idea is the WWE. As you know, Gronk made a huge impact there when he was involved in a match at WrestleMania when he trucked Jinder Mahal. Now, there may be a chance we can see more of that in the future, but we shall see. As we all know, retirement announcements are usually taken with a grain of salt. We usually have to wait until they don't show up for work the next season, or in one case, the second half of a game, to know that it's legit. Conor McGregor has announced he's walking away from the octagon. What makes this bit of news interesting is 2 things. One, this comes less than a day after the 30-year-old Irishman announced on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon he was negotiating a return in July with the UFC, an interview that was pre-taped. 2, this isn't the first time he announced his retirement. Back in 2016, he made a similar but shorter announcement saying, quote, "I've decided to retire young. Thanks for the cheese. Catch us later," end quote. Of course, McGregor's timing could actually make sense, as he launched a brand of whiskey that is making mad money, especially with his name and face all over the advertisements. So we will see if he is for real on this one, or we will see the return of the notorious one. Well, tune in next week for more sports. For Alien X Radio, this is your boy, the Prospect. Say until next time, Prospect out.
Ashley's of Westland, the best for food, friends, and entertainment. Stop in on Mondays for $5 burgers, Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia, Wednesdays for $5 pizza. And don't forget to stop by on Saturday nights to visit our own DJ Wild Bill and Sporkle Live. Order delivery online with Grubhub and Uber Eats at Ashley's.com. Ashley's of Westland is located at 7525 Wayne Road in Westland, Michigan. Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap.
The Paul Farah Comedy Show on Alien X Radio every Monday at 8 p.m. ET. Tune in for comedy guest music and a whole load of madness erupting on the airwaves. The Paul Farah Comedy Show. Let the mayhem commence.
Resistance is futile, but you can struggle if you like. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. You got something to say? Say it, bucko. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. We are now in the second half of the broadcast. I got you till 12 noon. And then we'll be going into lunch, and still an experimental program going on. We're calling it To Serve Man. And basically what I'm doing is for lunch, 1 hour, I'm just going to be playing whatever it is that you want to hear. Whatever you want to talk about, whatever it is, just give me a call, 313-444-8919. Doesn't matter what it is. If I've got it, I'll play it. It's an all-request hour. You can call and tell me stuff. You can call and ask me things. All of that will be going on. To Serve Man, 12 noon Eastern on Mondays. It's a mouthful of alien stone for lunch. Nobody wants to tune in now. They're like, yeah, that just sounds gross. I don't know about that. You're going to have to change the name, dude. Can't you just call it Lunch with Alien Stone? Can't you? No, because that would be normal. You're asking somebody who hosts a show called The Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space, and shows that I've hosted in the past was The Attack of the Midweek, what was it? Attack of the Midweek Morning Show from Outer Space. Then there was the Attack of the Totally Random Pop-Up Morning Show from Outer Space. No, that one was from out of the blue, not from outer space. Yeah. Gotta get all that straight. Wow. Anyway. Here we are in the second half of the show. Still coming up, we're going to talk about an observatory in Germany and why is it so freaking cool and why do Star Wars fans want to visit. A decorative device that puts out fires. And is gluten your enemy still? I don't know. Maybe there's some evidence that it's not your enemy. But what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Maybe identify the enemy, but what are you going to do about it? You know what I mean? Know what I mean? You can't go after the real enemy. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a minute. First, let's go to Texas. Not literally. Not literally. It's hot in Texas. I'm not going to Texas. Anyway, things are very big there. That's what she said. But one of their most wanted has been arrested. Now, you know how like when somebody's like a really like a notorious criminal and they're after him, they usually give him like a name, like the Unabomber. We're after the Unabomber. You know, the guy's got a name. You don't know his name, so you just call him the Unabomber. Come up with crazy names, you know. The Zodiac Killer. Crazy stuff, right? Son of Sam. I guess that was one. I don't know. But anyway, this guy, he is dubbed as the Notorious. The Butthole Tickler. The Texas Butthole Tickler. And he has been on the prowl for a while. Now, how he gets away with tickling buttholes, I'm not really sure. maybe he breaks into houses late at night. Comes up to you while you're sleeping, pulls back your blankets, pulls down your little jammy bottoms. Be it SpongeBob or Thundercats, whichever you were wearing that night. Your little underoos. And then I don't know if he's got like a feather or if he just uses his little fingers. I don't know. But and he tickles your butthole. Is that how that goes? It seems like he would have been easier to catch. It just seems like he's like in your house. He's touching you. Eventually somebody would, I don't know, paralyze and mangle this guy from his eyeballs down. They would wake up and catch him and just like go off on him. But because there's a picture of him here, he doesn't really look to be that tough. Although it's either either an early picture of Shonuff on his way up the ranks, up the kung fu ranks, or it's like his younger brother who got kicked out because he was tickling buttholes. Because even kung fu kicks you out. You can't be tickling buttholes, man. Probing is not allowed. It's inappropriate. And it's just, nobody really likes that. You know what I'm saying? Even if you get like a local, you get like a local shot. Maybe, maybe that's what, maybe he came in like he like paralyzed your booty hole, or maybe he numbed it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, maybe some people were even willing. Like, he walked in and goes, "Hey, I'm going to tickle your booty hole." And they're like, "I don't know, my booty hole's pretty ticklish." And he's like, "Well, do you mind if I numb it first?" They're like, "Oh, yeah, go ahead." And he goes, "Num, num, 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 num." Circus Asylum. The song is called Numb, and you're listening to the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
Can't
existence is futile, but you can struggle if you like. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. You got something to say? Say it, bucko. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. I'm your host, Alien Stone. We are quickly approaching the end of hour number 2. And by quickly, I mean we're going triple redunculous speeds through the galaxy, but do not worry. We haven't lost too many people. There's only been a couple of accidents. Most people are beamed aboard, taken on the journey, and then beamed back home in relatively the same condition as when I picked them up. Some people's Vajir holes have never been the same. Most Vajir holes will never be the same. But that's an improvement on you, Earthlings. Anyway, this portion of the show. Gotta have this piece of paper to do that. This portion of the show is brought to you by Ashley's of Westland. For good food, friends, and entertainment, it's Ashley's of Westland, located at 7525 Wayne Road in Westland. Stop on in on Mondays for $5 burgers, Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia, Wednesdays for $5 pizzas, and Sporkle Live with DJ Wild Bill Saturday nights. Order online for delivery with Grubhub or Uber Eats at ashleys.com. That's Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap. Right now, I've got listeners that are going, Keith, how do you mess that up, man? We know it by heart right now. We should call in and do the read for you. By all means, then do it! Call in, 313-444-8919. Again, it's 313-444-8919. Call in if you can do the Ashleys of Westland read live on the air for me. I'll record that, and then I'll just play you doing it from now on. How about that? Anyway, let's get into this, man. We got a few things to talk about before we get into the end of hour number 2. The first thing I want to talk about is it's a vase. Okay, most guys are like, a vase? A vase? You got me listening for a vase? I don't care nothing about no vase, man. I got like skull things sitting out, you know, maybe, you know, an incense burner or something like that, you know. But, you know, I don't put out like flowers and stuff like that, man. I don't need a vase. Well, this is what I'm telling you, okay? There's this vase. It's a new kind of vase. And I'm sure you remember they sell these glasses that it's like a glass within a glass. And there's a space in between the two glasses. And in that space, they would have like a liquid in there so that you could put that glass in the freezer and the outside layers would turn into ice. That way, when you poured a drink into the inside of the glass, it would stay cold because it's basically surrounded by ice at that point. But the ice doesn't mix with the drink. Right? Well, that's the idea with this vase. It's a vase that you could pour water in and put flowers in and put it out on your table. It's very decorative. It's very pretty. But again, it's like a vase inside of a vase. And the fluid that they have in between the two surfaces of glass that's inside the walls, if you will, of this vase is a fire retardant. Okay? So, not only do you have water in the vase, which you could splash water on the fire, and it would do some good. You know, it would do some good because water does put out fire, but how big is the fire? What does the fire consist of? Well, the liquid that is in between the two layers of glass is much more effective at putting out the fire than just water is. So what the idea is you put this out on your kitchen table, you put flowers in it, and it's decorative, and it sits there all day, and it's beautiful, it's there all the time. And it's, you know, or you can have a fire extinguisher, which is this ugly red contraption that hangs on the wall that has to be tested every so often, and it has to be replaced because it gets old and passes its expiration date. But the whole time, this vase is just sitting there. Then, one day, you're making some bacon. Ever happen to you? Happened to me. Oh, grease fire. Whew. Sometimes you can catch it early, you know what I'm saying, and put it out. Do you happen to have some baking soda nearby to throw on the grease fire? No, you just don't have it sitting by. You're making bacon. You don't need baking soda for making bacon? If you're making bacon and you got baking soda, then you're not making bacon. What are you making? You're baking bacon with baking soda, and that's not making bacon. So anyway, boom, catches on fire, right? So what you do is you step back and go, oh my God, my kitchen's going to burn down. The stove is on fire. The stove is on fire! So you run over to the table and you grab this vase and you throw the vase into the fire. The vase shatters. The water, of course, helps. But that liquid, as I said, that's in between those two sides, it splashes all over. And it is I'm not a scientist, so I'm not going to be able to pronounce this, 15-syllable word that they got for this chemical. But that chemical puts out the fire like today, right now. It puts it out right now. So you throw it, fire goes out. Minimal damage. You got some glass to clean up. Some stuff is charred. But the kitchen didn't go up. And then you just order another vase. And at that point, if that's just saved your kitchen, why the hell wouldn't you buy another vase? You would absolutely buy another vase, right? It just saved your kitchen. Why wouldn't you buy another one? So look that up. Google it, everybody. Google it. Now, here's another thing that I don't know if it's true or not because I don't really follow this science because I don't have a problem with gluten. But there's a lot of people out there that are gluten intolerant. They can't have gluten. So they got to have gluten-free this, gluten-free that, gluten-free crackers and everything. And from what I understand, gluten-free means flavor-free. I don't know. But you got to be really careful because you can't handle this gluten. Well, according to what I read this week, it's not the gluten that you have a problem with. The gluten, which is naturally there, isn't hurting you at all. However, there's a chemical that us people, that's right, once again, we're interfering in nature. There's a chemical that us human beings have created, and we've put it into use, like as a pesticide, and there's a chemical in that it seeps into and is absorbed by gluten. So gluten is absorbing and holding on to a chemical that you have a problem with. If we stop using the chemicals, you'll be able to eat whatever the hell you want to eat. Well, don't say that. I mean, if you're allergic to peanuts, that's a whole other situation. Don't go eating a payday now. Okay? Don't say Alien Stone said I can have a payday now. And don't do that. But it's not the gluten. It's something that's in the gluten because man has decided they wanted to get bugs off of something. Again, they don't test this stuff long enough. They do. They tested it on you. Because there's other places they're growing the same stuff where they're not using that chemical while they're growing the stuff over here with the chemicals, watching you guys. They're eating the stuff without the chemical, watching you guys eat the stuff with the chemical. And then all of a sudden, they got a problem with gluten now because this chemical got into the gluten. Oh, I'm glad we're eating this over here. Oh, guinea pigs. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible, people. Anyway, it's about time to take a short break. Pausing the action for station identification. We'll be back with hour number 3. But real quick, I just want to show you this picture as we go into break. This is an observatory in Germany. The guy is such a fan of Star Wars. You see right there that he made it look like R2-D2. Think about what an observatory looks like. And then make it look like R2-D2. It's friggin' awesome. We'll be back with more of the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. Go nowhere.
Ashley's of the Westland. The best for food, friends, and entertainment. Stop in on Mondays for $5 burgers. Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia. Wednesdays for $5 pizza. And don't forget to stop by on Saturday nights to visit our own DJ Wild Bill and Sporko Live. Order delivery online with Grubhub and Uber Eats at Ashley's.com. Ashley's of Westland is located at 7525 Wayne Road in Westland, Michigan. Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap.
Oh my God. What have I done? What have I done?
Look at the turning wheel.
The Alignment, the latest CD from The Creeping Chaos, featuring Dead in the Water.
Dead in the water.
Beg for mercy and Under the Blade.
We live our lives under a blade.
Available now at iTunes, CD Baby, and Rock of Ages in Garden City.
One for the guy.
Are you looking to bring the karaoke experience to your next event? Have you looked at the home karaoke systems and found them to be just toys? Well, Alien Stone Entertainment Karaoke has professional equipment, professional sound, and delivers a professional karaoke experience. Don't settle for hundreds of songs when you can have tens of thousands. From oldies, Motown, and R&B to rock, metal, alternative, rap, and country, Alien Stone Entertainment Karaoke has it all. Alien Stone Entertainment Karaoke is available for private parties as well as bars, clubs, and other special events. For booking, call 734-658-2746. That's 734-658-2746. Or visit us online at www.alienstoneentertainment.com. Alien Stone Entertainment. Out of this world karaoke, down to earth prices.
Me and my lady want to get busy tonight. What do you recommend?
Igor's Lube.
I got my fist stuck in a gravy boat. Any ideas on how I can get it out?
Igor's Lube.
The hinges on my cabinet doors are squeaky. What should I use?
Igor's Lube.
I got dry, flaky elbows.
Igor's Lube.
Okay, but what if I'm being held hostage by a supervillain in an underground lair with a ticking time bomb and only seconds left until detonation? What would save me then, huh?
Igor's Lube.
That's right. Everything is smoother with Igor's Lube.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
Are you looking for a way to get your message out there? Have you been looking for just the right way to advertise your business, website, or upcoming event? Have you thought about advertising on the radio but thought it would be too expensive? Well, you should try advertising on Alien X Radio. We have advertising packages for every budget starting as low as $30 per month. That's right, radio advertising for as little as $1 a day. You don't have a commercial? No problem. Our copywriting and production department can create a radio spot complete with voiceovers, sound effects, and music that's just right for your needs. And unlike other stations, the production is included. So what are you waiting for? Just visit www.alienxradio.com and click on the advertisers link to get a look at our packages and rates. Then contact us at advertising@alienxradio.com. That's advertising@alienxradio.com.
The views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Give me some static! You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership
For the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
When's the last time you had a good time?
Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos, directly into your vagir holes.
Hey, there's a spider in your hair.
Hey, there's a dragon on the stair.
Hey, there's a UFO out there. I played a joke on you. Hey, something's underneath your shoe.
Hey, looks like Elmer spilled his glue.
Hey, wow, the milk got really blue. I played a joke on you. April Fool's Day, April Fool's Day. It's a great, great day for playing a joke.
Happy April Fool's Day, everybody. Fool you. No, I didn't fool you. I'm here live. on Alien X Radio for the April Fool's Day edition of the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. I'm your host, Alien Stone. We are in hour number 3 coming up. We're going to talk about... Do you remember the chick that we talked about some time ago who was having sex with a ghost? Well, we got another chick having sex with something strange. We'll talk about that. Of course, a weekly news update from NPR. And as it says in the title of the show, still coming up, this story, you're sucking on the wrong nozzle. Yes, that is the name of the story. You're sucking on the wrong nozzle. And I will bring you a segment from Inside the Mothership, which happens live every Sunday at 12 noon Eastern here on Alien X Radio, Raw Talk Online, and UG Media, and then goes around the world on our affiliate stations all over the galaxy. The segment is called Just a Few Questions. So that's still coming up as we do a review of that towards the end of this hour. But let's go ahead and get things underway. You know, some weeks I have one of these, some weeks I don't have one of these. This week, guess what? Yep, I've got one of these. It's a little segment I call Wackadoo of the Week. And since it's April Fool's Day, I thought this one would be appropriate.
And now your Wackadoo of the Week.
All right, going through the list with the spelling. You're checking your own list. Here we go. The first word was Blorski. I lost my Blorski at a carnival. Blorskee. E-E. The next word was tangentine. I eat my spaghetti with a tangentine. That is Tangeteen. Tangentine. The next word is speakoo. Look, there's a speakoo. Speekuzzlmn. There's silent letters at the end of that one. Yep. Speakoo. Speekuzzlmn. Yep. And it's not, nope, it's actually from somewhere else, not here. The next word was a matter. Students said they were sick. I said, what's the matter with you? Wazamata. What's the matter? What's the matter? The next word is slippert. Be careful when you're sleeping. There might be a slippert in your house. Slippert. S-L-I-P-E-R-T. Slippert. Nice. The next word is ch-ch-ch. The horse was angry, so I said ch-ch-ch. That's C-H-C-H-C-H. Nice work. The last word is Rolaskatox. Rolaskatox was surprised when Jinx took the crown. That's R-O-L hyphen A-S-K-A hyphen T-O-X. If you didn't get the hyphens, I'm sorry, you got that word wrong. The word is Rolaskatox. The next word was spinach. My favorite food is spinach and artichoke dip. That's S-P-E-E-N-U-C-H. Spinach. The next word is shabola. Be careful that you do not catch shabola. S-H-A-B-O-L-A-S-K-P. More silent letters. S-H-A-B-O-L-A-S-K-P. Shabola. The next word is gur. My friend told me a secret. I looked at her and said, gur. That's G-U with an umlaut. That's 2 dots over the U. R-R-R. G-U with an umlaut. R-R-R. Your next word, number 11, is April Fools, because this is an April Fool's joke! Close enough. April Fools! Congratulations, turn in your test. This will be on your report card.
Dan, now that Terrence and Philip has been taken off the air, what are we going to do for entertainment? I don't know. Why don't we go watch some of those porno movie thingies? Cool!
You're
slow down, little wiser, it's time to let you go. Standing in the shadows of a shopping center parking lot. An elderly woman with a grandchild who was riding on the car. Sitting at a corner waiting for the red light to change green. Clouds are darkening, lightning striking right next to me. And everything's good and I know that I should and I know that I wish I could find my way back home if I only could. Waiting on a kind of love to take me home. Waiting on a kind of love to take me home. To take me home. Take me home. Lying in bed with a head full of thoughts and I'm finding it hard to sleep. Down with one and down with two, or maybe I'll take three. Echoes of a voice still swimming in my head, even though I know she is dead. Hey, what are you doing? Is the last thing she said to me. Last thing she said to me. Last thing she said. Waiting on a kind of love to take me home. Waiting on a kind of love to take me home. Take me home. Take me home. Take me home. Take me home.
You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your Vajir holes. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Can you feel it? Let's rock this joint. Let's rock this joint.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. I'm your host, Alien Stone, and this portion of the show is brought to you by Ashley's of Westland. For the best for food, friends, and entertainment, it's Ashley's of Westland, located at 7525 Wayne Road in Westland, Michigan. Stop in on Mondays for $5 burgers, Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia, Wednesdays for $5 pizza, and Saturdays with Sporkle Live and our own DJ Wild Bill. That's Saturday nights. Order online for delivery with Grubhub and Uber Eats at Ashley's.com. That's Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap. So, what I wanted to talk to you about is this delusional human being. I know you're like, you're being self-righteous again, saying someone's delusional. Maybe they're not delusional, you just can't see what they see. Okay. I'll go with that. That gets barked at me every time I say the earth is round. All the flat earthers go, "Why, you don't got no proof. Have you ever gone around the world?" No, but people have. But enough. I understand. You need proof of things. I understand. Well, I need proof of things. And I have no proof that this is the truth. Some time ago, we did a story about a lady who claimed that she was having sex with a ghost. She even said that she married this ghost who performed the ceremony. Elvis? Oh. They went to Vegas and got married. It wasn't a ghost. It was just a guy. His name was probably Fred. And he is an Elvis impersonator. Fred Wolf, as a matter of fact. I recommend his services to you. Check him out. Looking for him on Facebook. Fred Wolf. He's a great Elvis impersonator. Check him out. Anyway, free plug for you there, Fred. Anyway, where was I? I forgot. What am I talking about? Oh, that's right. Sex with a ghost. Can't happen, man. Why? Because I don't believe in ghosts. But anyway, some people do. There was a movie called The Entity where a woman was being very violently assaulted by a ghost in the sexual way. It was a very disturbing movie. It's kind of hard to watch. I haven't watched it in years and years and years, and I don't intend on seeing it again. I mean, it's a good movie. It's made good and everything, but it's just, when you see that kind of level of disturbing imagery, you don't necessarily need to see it again. You saw it. You took it in for what it was. Now let's move on. Let's not dwell on that. Anyway, now we've got a new woman coming forward. Check her out. I've actually got a picture of this woman. Here she is. She believes that she has been having sex with elves. Not ghosts, but elves. Elves, people. She says that elves come to her house at night. And they make elven love to her. I don't know if... I mean, they're tiny, right? Maybe they're not tiny everywhere. I don't know how she's... Elves, okay, are having sex with this woman. Now, there's some delusionary people out there, okay? But come on, when you start thinking that elves are having sex with you, ghosts are having sex with you, maybe it's time for... You need to actually just loosen up a little bit and go to a really dirty place and just get some strange. Because your mind is trying to make up for that. You know what I mean? Your mind is trying to make up for that, and it is creating a false reality. So maybe you need to just go get some strange, get it out of the way, get it out of your system, and then the elves will go away. The elves will leave you alone at that point. I'm going to leave you alone for a little bit, too. I want to play some music from Haster. Within These Walls on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
From my
All the movies that are made in Japan have monsters in them. Monsters are just taking care of business on Tokyo, boy. They just, you know, and like it makes me wonder, like, what would be a Japanese insurance commercial over there in Japan? Can you imagine a widow trying to collect on her husband's policy? Tell me once again, Mrs. Okachaba, how did Hideo die? Well, he was bitten in half by Godzilla. Oh, that is most unfortunate, because as I see by your policy, he was only covered for Rodan and the giant behemoth.
Hell Dogs by our own John LeBang. It's time to take a short break. A little teeny. Whoa, that's not supposed to be playing in the background. What's going on with that? Hey, we're taking a short break, man. There we go. Some music. Damn it. Taking a short break. Pausing the action for station identification. Still coming. The home stretch, including Bizarre Science. That is this week's Just a Few Questions. And you're sucking on the wrong nozzle. I can't make this up. That is still on its way. I do want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in every week for the Attack of the Monday Morning Mancast from Outer Space. I'm your host, Alien Stone. Also, make sure that you check out Inside the Mothership every Sunday at 12 noon Eastern, where you will hear Just a Few Questions live. This past week, we had Dave. That's right, Dave from Black Heron in studio, as well as D-Unit answering Just a Few Questions. It took a little of the pressure off of D-Unit, but not much, just a little bit. So anyway, stick around because that's on its way. First, we're going to take a short break and pause the action for station identification. We'll be back right after this break.
Update from NPR.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
I've always listened to it.
In Minnesota this morning, jury selection begins in the trial of a former Minneapolis police officer charged with killing an unarmed 911 caller in July of 2017. As Matt Sepik of Minnesota Public Radio reports, the officer faces counts of second and third degree murder as well as manslaughter.
Prosecutors say Mohammed Noor fatally shot 40-year-old Justine Ruszczyk after she reported a possible sexual assault in the alley behind her home. Noor's attorneys aren't disputing the fact that he pulled the trigger, but have argued that the 33-year-old officer acted as he was trained. Noor has refused to talk with investigators, but according to court documents, his partner that night said the two were startled by a thump outside their squad car. The incident drew worldwide outrage, particularly in Australia, where Ruszczyk grew up. If jurors find Noor guilty, he'd be the first Minnesota police officer convicted in a line-of-duty killing. For NPR News, I'm Matt Sepik in Minneapolis.
Officials in Ethiopia are due to release their preliminary report today on last month's crash of Flight 302 that killed 157 people. The crash was the second one in 5 months involving a Boeing 737 MAX 8. The plane has been grounded around the world as Boeing looks at software upgrades to deal with safety features of the aircraft. The two crashes have raised questions about the safety certification process used by the Federal Aviation Administration. A Lion Air crash last October killed 189 people. The two crashes and the ongoing investigation have erased billions of dollars in market value from Boeing, the world's largest aviation company. Jim Howard, NPR News, Washington.
Ashley's of Westland, the best for food, friends, and entertainment. Stop in on Mondays for $5 burgers, Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia, Wednesdays for $5 pizza, and don't forget to stop by on Saturday nights to visit our own DJ Wild Bill and Sporkle Live. Order delivery online with Grubhub and Uber Eats at Ashley's.com. Ashley's of Westland is located at 7525 Wayne Road in Westland, Michigan. Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap.
Oh my God. What have I done? What have I done?
Look at the turning wheel.
The Alignment, the latest CD from The Creeping Chaos, featuring Dead in the Water.
Dead in the water.
Beg for mercy and Under the Blade.
We live our lives under a blade.
Available now at iTunes, CD Baby, and Rock of Ages in Garden City.
Have a good one for the guy.
Donna, is that a bottle of Igor's lube?
I wish you would just ring up my stuff without all the questions.
I heard there are millions of uses for that stuff.
I only have one.
Have you ever tried playing a naked game of Twister all covered in this stuff?
Can't say that I have.
This stuff would really help to get you out of a tight spot. Or into one, if you know what I mean. Huh?
Are you almost finished?
Just waiting for the bag boy.
Igor? And don't forget that my lube comes in 1 ounce, 5 ounce, 1 pint, and 1 gallon sizes, so you can feel free to try out that naked twister thing.
Uh-huh. Now see, I told you.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your Vajir holes. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
The house is now on fire.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We're now in the home stretch. The home stretch of the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space is about 25 minutes long. You know, there's music for your Vajir holes to be heard yet. And then, still to come, is just a few questions from inside the mothership. Make sure you tune in live every Sunday at 12 noon Eastern, where we do just a few questions. You can call in live, too, at 313-444-8919 during that show, and you can answer just a few questions as well. You can play along. You can be immortalized and be part of just a few questions while it's still, you know, becoming awesome. You know, it's gonna be like world known. It's gonna be so awesome. You know, one day somebody will be at the grocery store and go, "Oh man, have you heard today's just a few questions?" Everybody's like, "Oh no, I missed it, but I got it recorded, so don't tell me." It's gonna happen. It's gonna be huge like that. But anyway, you're sucking on the wrong nozzle. What? Excuse me? Yes. You're sucking on the wrong nozzle. Apparently, some guys, there's always these guys, they thought they were going to be smart Alex and steal something. Rather than breaking into somebody's house and stealing a television set or stealing a stereo or something like that, rather than breaking in and stealing a car, they saw a big bus. One of those big, like, Greyhound-type buses where people go on long trips in these big buses. Well, they thought, you know what, we're going to steal the gasoline out of the tank. There's a lot of gas in one of these things, right? We can steal all that gas, and then we won't have to buy our own gas, and we'll have beat the system. So they put a hose into the tank, as one does when they're going to illegally siphon out the gasoline. And you know how that works is you put the tube in your mouth and you suck on it, and you get the gas to start flowing, and once it starts flowing, you can stop and it'll keep flowing out, and then you can pour it into whatever kind of container that you want to use. And since you're already stealing it, you don't have to put it into a licensed container anymore. It doesn't have to be like a red container. You can put it in whatever you want. You can put it in a soup bowl if you like. But these morons, these intellectual giants, put the tube into the wrong container. It went into the storage bin for the onboard toilets. Yes, the onboard toilets. So they sucked out boo-boo water. And let me tell you this. They sucked it all out. So they kept taking it, not realizing what they were getting. So they must have just not seen it. But usually, whenever you're siphoning this out, so they must have had some kind of a container that, some other kind of thing that did this. Because usually, as soon as that hits your mouth, you're like, okay, that's gasoline. But if it was boo-boo water, you would know it. Yes, you would know it. Anyway, I'm going to play some music for your Vajir holes. This is a song I wrote a long time ago. Excuse how quiet the vocals are. I had to record it in an apartment when I lived there. This tune's called Can't Stop the Rock by Alien Stone on the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
So we started to talk.
to walk the walk, let me softly walk. Yeah. Then we started to be the thing that we dreamed we'd be, and we started to see. Yeah. Everybody all around me, you would agree. It was a tragedy. When we came along, we slid into this town, but from the rise we go hit the ground. I just can't believe all the things we did. I just can't believe all these dreams are dead. But now I know I'm just a hand to rock, but no matter what, I just can't stop. I've got to rock. Just can't stop. I can't stop the rock. I can't stop the rock. It's been a long time, we came so far. We just don't agree with where we are. Well, maybe we just weren't meant to be stars. Well, maybe we were, but now with each other. So maybe it's better to be away from each other. The end of a dream is the start of another. So we'll start to talk and we'll start to walk the walk. Then I'll talk, I'll walk, yeah. And then I'll start to be the thing that I know I can't be. All the things I dream. Everybody all around me would agree. It's the way things had to be. When we came
resistance is futile, but you can struggle if you like.
It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
You got something to say? Say it, bucko. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919. To answer just a few questions.
Yes, it is. It is now time to answer just a few questions. You are inside the mothership, and this is my favorite time. It's my favorite time in the whole show.
Super favorite. Have you been here for just a few questions before?
Oh, yeah.
All right, tight.
Oh, yeah. He's a veteran.
I am a veteran. I have my patches. Super General.
He's got the merit badges in Igor's Lube. Yeah.
Good.
So, anyway, this is the portion of the show where I ask just a few questions that'll make you feel a little uncomfortable because they are a little inappropriate.
Ruh-roh.
Sometimes they're scary. Remember that one time I got scary?
Yeah.
And y'all thought I needed help?
Right.
Well, more help than I normally need?
Right.
Okay.
Because every week I think you need help about something.
Exactly.
Right. This is like your couch, session. You can let all your true feelings and thoughts out during this time.
That's a good way to look at it. It's my therapy.
Exactly.
All right. So I don't need therapy. It is therapy.
Right.
There you go. I'm letting my demons out so they don't eat me from the inside.
Exactly.
All right.
Write down your feelings. He is in just a few questions.
So here we go. Let me get this all prepared here now. It is time to answer just a few questions.
Question number 1.
Ooh. Question number 1.
Question number 1.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
We're fancy now. All right, so here we go. Your friend has talked you into spending your Saturday locked in your bedroom together while you play around with this computer. After discussing in length what colossal nerds the both of you are for spending your Saturday night with your friend cooped up in your bedroom playing around on the computer, you decide to simulate a woman on that computer. He suggests that you load in pornographic images and sexual data, compile a virtual bimbo. Now, having thought about this dozens of times before, you decide now that it's a good idea. So you and your friend are going to go ahead and create the virtual bimbo on your computer.
Weird science.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Therefore,
that's the scenario.
Gotcha.
That's the scenario.
Awesomeness.
Now, before we get into the actual question, we have to get some things in place here. Number 1, who is your partner? Who is your friend? So these are the two that are in the actual room right now.
We are doing it.
Dave and I are going to rock this out.
All right, the two of you in that room together, and you're going to compile the data.
We always hang out and do that, though.
Okay.
This is going to be really easy.
All right. Super easy. Let's do this.
Now, each of you probably answer this one question differently, though. Whose picture would you load in to be your bimbo's face?
Sebastian Bach.
Oh.
Your bimbo's face is going to be Sebastian Bach?
1989 Sebastian Bach. Pretty dude.
Okay. And yours is going to be different, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. For the face, I'm going to go with Kathy Ireland.
Kathy Ireland. All right. So we got Kathy Ireland. Now we got two people here. I'm going to have to keep this.
You want me to keep track for you?
Yes, you need to because it's going to matter.
I'll keep
It'll
track.
matter later.
I'm going to keep track
out of money. I just got a ton of cigarettes.
Now, select the boob size. Small, medium, large, or ace shooters.
I'm going to go with medium.
Medium.
Some C cup.
Medium.
Yeah, it is a medium, I guess.
Yeah. We'll say that. I don't know.
We'll say that.
Okay. And what will her name be? You're together. I guess you're going to have to come up with your own, the same answer. You guys are going to have to come up with the same answer.
We can't both make a chick?
You like Narita?
Narita?
Yeah. It's the Riot album, the second Riot album title. Narita.
So, Narita.
Spicy.
Narita.
is walking around with two faces. She's got Kathy Ireland's face and Sebastian Bach's face.
Yes.
Okay? And she's got medium-sized Hooters. Okay? All right, so now you're ready to begin your Build a Bimbo project. First, you need to create her mind. What books do you want to load into her digital brain? A, Romeo and Juliet, Dick and Jane, and War and Peace. B, 50 Shades of Grey, Electric Dreams, and To Serve Man. C, The Karma Sutra, Contortionism for Dummies, and TV Guide magazine. Or D, just comic books.
I'm going with B.
You're going with B. 50 Shades of Grey, Electric Dreams, and To Serve Man. You do know that To Serve Man is a cookbook, right?
Oh, that's all right. Hey.
I need a bitch to cook.
I'm going with...
She's going to cook you!
Oh,
that's not cool.
That's what that
I'm going with the wild card.
Wild card.
What's your answer? What's your answer? We're going over today. I see it now.
Yeah. D. We're going to go with D.
You're going to go with D, just comic books.
Yeah.
Okay, so nobody went with the answer that's going to basically make everything fall apart if you don't choose it. The Karma Sutra, Contortionism for Dummies, and TV Guide magazine. So you chose the wild card answer. The wild card answer actually is the Karma Sutra, Contortionism for Dummies, TV Guide magazine, and all of the manuals for all of your musical equipment.
Oh! Good
bonus!
job with the wild card.
Nice
bonus.
Wild card.
Hells yeah!
All right, so, bonus question. Who do you know that may have a sex doll to hook up to the electrodes for the next phase of the experiment?
David Warren.
David Warren.
You know what? David Warren.
David Warren. See, that's
Yeah.
good.
I can picture... No,
We could share. It's all good.
Watching what I'm saying there.
All right.
He's got some type of sex doll. I'm willing to bet $50.
Okay. So, question number 2.
Question number 2.
Question number 2. Question number 2. Okay, now your bimbo has a brain, kind of.
Kind of.
Now it's time to give her a body. You begin inputting data like crazy. Height, weight, age, hair color, eye color, the size of her boobies and butt, and much more. You hook up the sex doll to the electrodes and prepare to create life. You are filled with anticipation. You both look at each other, and you finally press the enter key. All hell breaks loose. The lights begin to flash and sparks begin to shoot out of your computer. Just then, the sex doll begins to inflate. It's starting to stretch and smoke. Both of you are hiding under the bed at this point.
Oh, God!
As the vinyl love toy explodes. Right?
Oh, God.
As the smoke clears, you see movement. It worked! You quickly climb out from underneath your bed to see your creation. But something has gone horribly wrong.
Looks like the guy from RoboCop that went to the toxic waste stuff.
There, in the middle of your bedroom, is Kathy Ireland / Sebastian Bach, butt naked, but with Danny DeVito's body.
Oh, no.
There we go.
With medium-sized boobies doing yoga facing away from you in the downward dog position.
What is wrong with...
She stands up and turns around and says, "Hello, boys.
I'm all out of cigarettes."
What could you have done wrong? A, you should not have used the TV Guide magazine. B, you should have deleted Batman 2 from the computer before starting. C, you let your friend talk you into this in the first place. Or D, nothing. It worked like a charm.
I'm all about D right now.
Whoa.
And, but your friend,
great.
but your friend is going to be pretty pissed about his doll. And go.
Oh, man.
I think it's hilarious, so it's D for me.
No.
Yeah.
It's going to be B.
It's going to be B.
I should have...
You should have deleted Batman 2. All right, so you should delete
happy.
Batman 2, and you just think everything worked just fine.
I'm happy.
He's happy. Sebastian Bach's ball.
Have you seen Sebastian Bach's Kiss collection?
Oh my God, here we go, kid.
You wonder why we're going to go over.
Right. Wild card answer that no one chose. You should have uploaded your Playboy collection.
Oh,
look,
shut up.
There you go.
Bonus question. Why in the hell didn't you upload your Playboy collection?
I just got the Kiss Playboy. That's all I got.
That's Playgirl.
It is not.
I'm joking.
No, it is. legit.
Really? So they got like women all over them naked?
Yeah.
So it's just like a Tuesday for them?
Full costume, full makeup.
Just like a Tuesday.
Just naked women all over the place.
Anyway.
Question number 3.
Oh, God.
Question number 3. Question number 3. All right. So, just as you begin to understand what has just happened, your computer-generated bimbo beast jumped through the window and ran down the street.
Oh.
So now there is a 4-foot-tall, furry little fat Kathy Ireland / Sebastian Bach with medium-sized titties running around town telling people that you assembled it in your bedroom on a MacBook. Oh my gosh. You can't have this. You already have nothing to do on a Saturday night. If word of this gets out, then that will ensure that no woman will ever allow you to look at them naked, let alone touch them. So, you are going on a hunting trip. Given your unique target, what equipment will you need to bring along? A, white overalls, a taxi cab, and what for bait? Go.
You go.
Patrick Swayze's train.
Patrick Swayze's train. Okay.
Trailer Park Boys reference.
I'm going with my, yeah.
You gonna what? Remember the white overalls, taxi cab, and what for bait?
I don't know.
What?
Four-leaf clover.
Move along. White overalls and taxi cab would be Latka from Taxi, and he was always money grubbing, so I guess money would probably be.
Yeah, there you go. Money.
So that was, yeah. So, B, a top hat, a dead fish, and what weapon?
Baseball bat?
Go! A top hat, a dead fish, and what weapon?
Wait, this is like
an umbrella.
A right
An
or
umbrella, yes,
oh,
yes. An umbrella.
This is a right or wrong type of thing.
Yes.
This is not what I want.
No, it's not right or wrong. It's just whether or not you agree with me.
Right, exactly.
That's nice.
All right.
C, Mary Ann Benedict from what movie?
I don't know.
Twins. That was their mother.
The mother from Twins.
D, what kind of trap will you set? Just make one up. What kind of trap are you going to set to catch your bimbo beast?
A mouse trap?
A mouse trap.
A mouse trap.
A mouse trap.
Well, first I'm going to lay down my Kiss barbed wire, and then I'm going to attract all the 78 a coin memorabilia, and then Sebastian's going to go right for that.
Okay. That's what's going to happen there. Wild card answer that you did not choose is there is no wild card answer. For this one, there wasn't.
I should have took that one.
The bonus question, have you put together a mental image of your digital bimbo yet?
Oh, yeah.
You're welcome.
I'm all about it.
Yeah, I could never look at Kathy Ireland again. Thank you. Oh, it's terrible.
So now it is time, if I can find what I did with it. My lightning crash is not here. So here, in a second, let me move this up here, and then I'll move this up here, and then I'll hit refresh over here, and it is now time for lightning strikes. We're definitely going over. So really quick, Twins or Game of Thrones?
Twins.
He wins because he was faster than you.
Okay.
Okay. Cash cab or taxi?
Taxi.
Right.
Oingo Boingo or Simple Minds?
Simple Minds. I don't know.
Boingo Boingo did Weird Science.
I don't even know what this is about. I can't remember.
Polar bear or penguin?
Penguin.
Madison or Matilda?
Madison.
Danny DeVito in a movie called Matilda.
Oh, yeah. I don't know that.
Exactly. That's why you got this. Always sunny or always not sunny?
Always sunny.
Got a tie on that one. Kelly LeBrock or Kelly Blue Book?
Kelly LeBrock.
What is Kelly LeBrock's actual Blue Book value right now, though? Anyway.
50 cents.
Bateau.
Vodka or vodka?
Oh, vodka?
Vodka or vodka?
Vodka.
Just got to say, Vodka was a guy on Taxi.
Oh, yeah.
Vincent or Victor?
Vincent.
From Twins.
Yep, Twins.
And finally, buy your friend a new sex doll or just let him whack off like a normal pervert?
I'm going to let him whack off like a normal pervert.
All right! And that has been Just a Few Questions. Woo! All right, everybody, I do want to thank you for joining me this week for the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. I am out of here, and until next week, this is Alien Stone saying peace out. Stick around because coming up next is To Serve Man. And what is that? It is an all-request hour. That's right. You get to hear whatever you want, so stick around for that right here on Alien X Radio. Peace out, yo.